Welcome back to the Zero Strategy Podcast. Thank you very much.
Can you guess what we were talking about while you were muted?
Oh, that's a good game. Oh my gosh, it's such a good game.
I like that better than pranking, kind of.
I think I like it better too. But can I get a clue, a hint, perhaps?
Clue?
Underwater.
Can I get a
Mammals.
clue?
Underwater mammals.
Yeah.
So it's not sharks.
No,
'Cause as we
they're
know,
not
sharks
mammals.
Sharks are fish.
They're
yeah.
fish. Right.
Right. Like I was saying, sharks are fish.
Oy. Why would you even mention it then? You're like, okay, so not tuna.
I just thought it was an interesting fact that some people might not know.
So we're not
sharks are
talking
fish.
about huma huma nuka nuka apua ahs, right? That's what we're saying.
I
That's
feel like
what
it's
we're
an important thing to just rule out straight away.
Right. No, absolutely.
Are whales mammals?
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I've told you so many goddamn times that Lugia is a whale and therefore a mammal and therefore has nipples. I have told you that several times, Condi. Do you not listen to me?
I just love
Because of
watching the
Lugia.
stream, and I just see like Eve's voice meter like come down.
I told
like,
Eve
too
before the
loud, too
show
loud.
to turn her mic up a little bit, and I regretted it almost immediately.
Well,
Yeah.
you can turn me back up. I won't be yelling
No.
as much.
I think you're fine now. It's like it's got louder since the pre-show checks.
Good.
Stop. I'm joined today by my
Earbuds.
co-hosts. We have Grog Mode.
Earbuds.
Well, you didn't guess what we were talking about underwater dolphin sex dungeons.
Dolphin Bukkake.
And yeah.
How was
Because,
I
like,
ever
you know,
supposed to guess that?
Bukkake underwater would be more like
How would you never expect to guess that? We're talking about dolphins. If you thought about
Yeah.
underwater mammals and what we would talk about, I would automatically assume, oh, dolphins having massive orgies and bukkakes and
My-
swimming through a cloud of fog.
yeah.
You should know that your friends are gross.
I know.
We're scientific.
Oh yeah, we're just talking about how much fun
That's
our
what-
dolphins have. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
what my PhD thesis is going to be on. The
Dolphin-
viscosity of
Oh, dolphin bukkake.
Hi, my name's Grog.
There's two
how much
words.
solidity in the.
If someone told me within a minute of this show being live, someone's going to say the phrase "dolphin bukkake," I would have slapped them in the face.
All right, we'll go ahead and clip this for later, folks.
I'm joined today by my co-hosts Grog Mode.
Hello.
We have Medibot Eve,
Hello.
and we have Sir Humps.
Hi.
Dad's finally back from the store.
That's right. I came back. Well, I forgot the milk, but you know,
Yeah, the one job. He had one job.
I know.
Right, we have a lot of things to talk about.
Dolphin milk.
But it's been a couple weeks. I was not here last week because I was away getting stuff ready for a friend's wedding, and Humps has been gone, and Eve was working crazy hours. So, apologies for missing last week. But Grog, what have you been up to for the last couple weeks?
It's about the notes he's not singing. That's the jazz. So in the last, I guess, 2 weeks now, I've become obsessed with the new game called Mini Motorways. So much so that I've just decided, fuck it, I'm going to start every stream with it. There's a daily challenge, which kind of helps. And borrowing a page from Condi's book when he was doing like the daily GeoGuessr, I thought it'd be like a nice way to kind of like settle into the stream. It's low pressure, but it's a game where it's a puzzle / strategy game, and you're effectively trying to like build roadways and build them efficiently. And for a game that's supposed to be just it's like a puzzle, it's a fucking brain burner at the end. You're just like raging at like, you know, solitary houses that spawn in the middle of nowhere and, you know, shouting at your computer. But it starts off really chill. I love it though. It's been very good. I've been playing that, and I've actually been finishing ever since I started doing more variety stuff. I've been finishing more games recently. So I just finished Death's Door. Death's Door is kind of like a mini, like a baby's first Dark Souls. It's like, it's not overly complicated, but like it has a lot of commonalities with Dark Souls, but it has a very cute aesthetic. So it's been a fun game to play, and it was a fun game to finish.
Like the demons that like steal your souls. I don't know. I know nothing about. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm making shit up. That's Dark Souls, right? Demons and shit, right? So it's like a cute demons.
So you
Do
actually
you die
play...
cutely, like you're
Yeah, they
like
say
when your head
uwu
gets like
and stuff.
oh, and
whoa.
they get their like head sliced off and it's like confetti. Ooh. You're like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah, exactly. Margot Robbie's there. There's just like flowers in the air. No, so what it is
in the air.
basically it is a the music is very like Zelda like Breath of the Wild. It's very like nice orchestral, like really a kind of great soundtrack. But it's all cell shaded, so it's more of an animated, less more fantasy feel than like realistic feel. That like Dark Souls goes for like a gritty aesthetic. This is like much more of like a charming aesthetic. But mechanically, there's things like the equivalent of having bonfires like from Dark Souls, and like you have bosses where you have to like memorize their fight moves so that if you don't memorize the sequence, then it spells disaster, and then they go through like damage phases, and there's just a certain amount of commonalities there, but the learning curve is simpler. It is also another one of those games where there's no difficulty setting. It just is what it is. You either beat the game or you don't.
Right.
So, but it was fun. I don't know if those games are for me. I liked it. I had a good time with it, but I think I guess my beef with those kinds of games are if and when the controls aren't rock solid, like I can react like in a fraction of a second to something, it becomes a little, oh, Conda, you really shouldn't shake your drink shaker under your desk while on camera.
I realized that. I realized that. I was trying to get away with doing it like subtly, but that doesn't look great, does it?
No.
And the sound coming through actually is fantastic.
I was trying not to make too much noise. Fuck's sake.
Oh.
He's jerking his hands under his desk. For anyone not watching, he's jerking his hands under his desk, and there's like a gushing noise. Anyway,
I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Just glad to be back.
Anyway, Death's Door, cute game, Dark Souls light. Yeah, I think those games are good. I just I don't know. I guess I worry I get frustrated a bit too much. So, but it was good to finish, and Mini Motorways has been a great way to kind of like
usually just
chill out every stream.
Yeah, Many More Ways looks like a lot of fun. I've been very tempted to pick up after watching you play it, just to
I love it.
Try and get my head around. I know Eve's been playing it a lot as well.
I have a good track record now of basically finding a cool new puzzly game and then ruining Eve's life because she just falls
I don't
down
have self-control.
What have you been up to, Eve?
Well, I'll stream a lot of Mini Motorways. So I've been playing a lot of Tribes of Midgard, Borderlands 3, and The Ascent. And 2 of those are new games. Borderlands 3 isn't very new. The Ascent is basically like what Cyberpunk should have been. It is so good. It's so much fun. Oh, I've been playing with Aiden, and just apparently, like, he's played it through on 3 different characters and hasn't seen a lot of the abilities that we have. So there's a big random element to it. I can shoot little missiles out of my back now and blow up everything around us. It's pretty fun. You can kill almost any NPC that's out in the world.
It's exploding
except for
spiders.
like protected cities. Yeah. So while Aiden and I are running from mission to mission, we're just mowing people down indiscriminately. So that's been a lot of fun. And I been doing YouTube Shorts again. But other than that, work.
You sound
work.
You sounded exactly my wife.
Condi.
My wife.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I can't continue until that's done. She has on her GPS. Eve, you reminded me of the voice she has on her GPS. She sends it. It's like, I don't know if it's like a special app or something like that, but it goes in 2.1 miles, turn left. and when you said work, it sounded exactly like it. Turn left.
That's what I was going for. So I'm glad it came through.
The first time I heard that, we were driving, I was like, what the fuck? Just over my speakers, just like, in 1 miles, turn right. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I once shared a work van with a colleague of mine, and we didn't know where we were going, so she got her Google Maps, and she had her voice programmed to be like her partner's voice. So it all of a sudden, randomly, just went, "Turn left, you ball bag," and I was like, "What is happening?" But he just recorded all the directions for her, and they were very aggressive.
Awesome.
Oh man, I
Anyway,
wish.
Humps,
The future.
I
you've
want to
been
do that so
gone
bad.
for a long time. Do you wanna
I've been
tell-
gone for a long time.
Do you want to tell the
Hey,
viewers what you've been
Hey,
doing?
I think that was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I feel like it's basically Scottish. I have been.
Your citizenship is in the mail.
Thank you.
Did you know that that's actually part of the requirements to become like a Scottish citizen? You just have to do your best Sean Connery impression.
Oh, easy.
And if it doesn't pass the muster, you know,
Sean
you have to apply
Connery
again.
is Scottish.
Yeah. Well, was.
So when you die, you're no longer Scottish.
No.
Oh,
no
No
longer
longer
anything.
anything.
You're no longer.
I mean,
anything.
that's another debate.
The
for another
simulation
show.
ended. You
everything
woke
is
up,
fake. God is dead.
You realized that the elves in the other dimension are actually in control. Anyway, no, yeah, I've
Life
been
is just
gone.
a roguelike, you know.
It is. That's all it is. Yes, I've been gone
that mean the
for
next one's
quite
gonna be
some
better?
time. Shut the fuck up, Eve. No, I'm just kidding. JK loves you. So I've been gone for quite some time. Actually, really long time. I've been away from my house. I was away from my house for almost 4 weeks. That's a really long time. I spent a little over. I didn't know I was gonna. I didn't realize I was gonna be gone that long. Honestly, when I booked my flights because I went to go see my mom for a little bit by myself, so it was just me and my mommy hanging out, and then I met up with my wife,
My wife.
Wife.
and the children, in New York, not New York City, but upstate New York, like real upstate New York, like Niagara, basically, for another week. So like, but when I got my tickets, like I was looking at my tickets, I was like, oh, I'm only gonna be at my mom's for like a week and a half. So I get there. And Caitlin the entire time was like, it's more like 2 weeks. It's like, dude, it's only like a week and a half. And I told my mom when I was leaving, and she was like, she came back to me like an hour later. She was just kind of looking. She's like, you're leaving August 4th? And I was like, yeah. She's like, that's 2.5 weeks away. I was like, wait, what? She's like, you really didn't know that you're staying here for 2.5 weeks? I was like, no. She's like, what? She's like, what? You gonna return your flight or something? She's gonna call Caitlin, have you get you a sooner flight there? And I was like, no. I was like, Caitlin, I didn't fucking know. Not that I enjoyed every minute, most of the time.
You did a lot of baking.
I did do a lot of baking. I did do a lot. Did I do a lot of baking? I did do a lot of baking, usually in the morning.
Judging by the pictures you sent us.
So yeah, my mom, she lives in California, so I was visiting her in California, and yeah, so I baked a lot in the morning. Honestly, I was baking pretty much all day. In the morning,
Mary Berry was there.
brunch, afternoon, dinner.
Would you say you became
dinner.
a master baker?
Oh, I was probably one of the best master bakers. Oh, I'm probably, yeah, absolutely. Like I definitely stepped up my baking game and my baking skills, frankly, because honestly, the ingredients in California for baking are fucking phenomenal compared to anywhere else that you potentially might get ingredients for baking. And I'm telling you what, the shit I baked with the ingredients California have was next level, and it was really weird getting baking ingredients because you'd go to this store, you know, obviously a baking store, and you'd go to the baking store to get your really nice baking ingredients, and like police officers would like open the door for you, and you're just like, hey, what's going on? Just gonna go get my baking ingredients. And they're like, have fun, man.
Did you at least bring back a stand mixer?
Got a nice upright KitchenAid.
But yeah, so that was interesting. Also, another big thing. I'm not gonna spend the whole time talking about California. I mean, I could, but I mean that's like a whole podcast by itself. But another big thing, we went to the because there's casinos there. So we went to casinos actually. I want to say like My mom actually said, "Don't ever tell anybody how many times we went to the casino." So I'm gonna respect that. But it was more than once. But one of the times that I went, in one night, within 2 hours, I won 2 jackpots, on slot machines, and it was like almost $5,000,
Nice.
in jackpot winnings. So I didn't leave with almost that, but I left with enough. Obviously, had to me and my mom's rule is you play together, you win together type thing. So I mean, there's obviously some splits that go on, but.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously had our whole discussion from a previous podcast episode about gambling in his head, and just decided.
I am nearly 35 years old. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Okay.
I know you can.
If I want to go spend money and win money, baby, it's that easy. Like I don't understand why anybody like people lose money. Like it's so easy. Like I just went to the casino, I put money into the slot machine, and it gave me more money out. Like it seems like a pretty much guaranteed win. Like I don't know why more people aren't do that, especially if you're like 13 on Twitch. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around.
I would love this bit so much more if you were just wearing like casino branded merchandise.
I know,
like
damn.
Use code Sir Humps.
I can't believe I never even thought about that because they actually have merch at the casino. I never even thought to buy merch. That's so dumb.
That would have been funny. I would have appreciated that.
Yeah, I should have done that. I did drink a lot of their beer, and I also ate a lot of their food at the casino. It's fantastic.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
I'm very happy to be back. Gosh, it feels good. It feels good just to be in this room.
Because I know you said you were going, but to me, it felt like you just went. And like, it's like, oh,
that's how it happened.
Humps is just gone, and he's like not back for.
Oh
weeks.
Yeah, that's how it happened. It was just like
that's how time works.
Me and Caitlin were just like, I was like, hey, I kind of want to go see my mom. She's like, all right, and I was like, this was on a Wednesday, and I was like, how's Saturday? She's just, all right, let's look at flights. So it really was just kind of quick.
Yeah.
I will say that around Thursday, sometime in the afternoon, there was like a strong aura in the sky over Philadelphia as Humps flew past.
On the way back. And can you believe it? Grog, Keegan, my homie, my friend supposedly wouldn't end stream to go fight
to the
traffic,
airport without
go
a
to the
boarding
airport.
pass.
Disrespectful.
To get through security.
You can easily get walk through passes that let you go through no plane.
Just buy the cheapest
I
flight.
know that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh.
Yeah. My mom did that
might
when
have
she
changed
sent me
something.
off to boot camp. She walked me all the way to the airplane door.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Yeah, real homies do
Oh.
this and then go.
I thought
smooch
it
their
was
friends on
I
the
just
mouth.
thought it was kind of a known thing.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. You feel bad now?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No. That is real, but you shouldn't feel bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was only like an hour and a half layover or something like that.
Good. Well, yeah, it's good to have you
Could
back.
have grapple hooked onto his plane while it flew by.
Yeah, you could have done that.
I would.
Well,
have
it would
come
be
to see
like
if you were in Scotland.
it would be like Twilight Zone. He'd just look out the window. I'm on the wing.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that would have been kind of terrifying.
What about you, Condi? What have you been up to?
Yeah, a bit of a mix of things. So obviously, yeah, we went full time. Pog. So I have been streaming a lot more. Kind of earlier.
I don't have any. I don't know. I don't have anything else.
Thank you. I have a little bottle of champagne in my fridge, which is I've just never found the right opportunity to crack open yet. But we did a bunch of things. Like, so we did our. Have I been on here since doing the 24? Yes, I literally did the 24-hour stream straight into the podcast 2 weeks ago. That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We did a bunch of stuff since then. A lot of Apex. We got into Plat. I am hard stuck in Platinum, so that's fun. I re-downloaded PUBG, which has been a great laugh. Did you know they changed the name of PUBG now?
To pub.
So it used to be Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, right? And people would call it PUBG to shorten it. They've now officially changed the name to PUBG Battlegrounds, which means the game is called Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Why did they do that?
Man, we've got an ATM machine situation going on.
Yeah, right. It's a bit stupid.
GBGB.
PUBG Squared is what I've been calling it, but
Ooh, nice.
yeah,
I like that.
it's been a lot of fun. That game is like what really stood out to us. So me, Nixie, and Aiden jumped on a few days, and obviously we're all effectively brand new because we haven't played in years. There's people on there that never stopped playing PUBG. Like there are people there that just play 24/7. So
Sure.
we're going in and there's like no. At first I thought maybe there's some bots, and there was a few people I killed. I thought, I don't know if you're a real person. I think you're an AI. But
Oh, they put bots in the game, huh?
oh, they have to. I mean, Fortnite did it. I know PUBG.
Is that just to keep the lobby
I think
lobby
so.
up?
Because I
Keep the
know,
lobby full. Yeah.
like, if you ever played PUBG
I know that.
Mobile, like, I played PUBG Mobile on my phone, won my first game with, like, 18 kills, and I was like, I'm a prodigy. And then everyone's like, yeah, your first game's literally there's no other players in the lobby. It's just you and bots. So
And you didn't win? Did you win?
No, in PUBG Mobile, yeah. Come on. I thought I was about to go pro. I thought I was about to be hired by
Bot kills
100
him in the
Thieves.
final circle with a frying pan.
But
Son of a bitch.
yeah, we were being killed by like
It's
level
good.
500 players constantly. But it's been a really, really fun time just kind of playing around with some of the new stuff in PUBG. We also tried out, fuck, I'm blanking. What's it called?
Splitgate.
That's it. Splitgate. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which as a game it's in beta, and I believe it's been in beta for a long time. I think it's been out for like a year. But it's recently more and more people have been playing it, and I thought I'll jump in and give it a go. And Humps actually joined me at the weekend.
I did.
There. That game's a lot of fun. It's silly because if you don't know what Splitgate is, it's basically like Halo multiplayer mixed with the game Portal. So you can shoot these two portals on the map and then go through them. And it leads to some great moments. I mean, if you have your positions correct, I mean, you can be watching one angle and then turn around and shoot someone from a completely different angle through a portal. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a little buggy. It's a very small team. I managed to break the game because I got so excited just running infinitely through portals that I eventually got stuck in a wall and I couldn't get out. I just couldn't move. Humps got shouted at by 12-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
You got bullied by 12-year-olds.
So it really is like Halo. So in that sense.
We beat them, right?
Yeah, we did. They're shitting on me before the game. They're like, oh, Sir Humps, your name is Sir Humps? No one what did he say? Like no one likes you or something like that? It was like no one likes your name.
I had
That's right. You had the thing off.
I had it muted because I don't have a mic to talk shit back on the gaming PC.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just would rather no one
I
talk
can't
shit
take
to me.
shot. Yeah.
Right, I'd rather just
can't
not
talk
hear it.
shit.
Some guy in Apex, we were doing ranked arenas, we were doing our placements, and because I, again, don't have a mic, I have voice comms muted. So the guy obviously recognized this and typed in the global chat saying, he called me brain dead guy on stream in front of everyone. And I was like, is that me? Is he talking about me? Am I a brain dead guy? But anyway, besides the point, Splitgate's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Probably not something I'm going to be like playing hardcore, but it's a good laugh. There's a lot of different game modes.
It's a fun game and something I enjoyed, so obviously you would not fucking play it. So
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean I'll play it. I'm not about to be a Splitgate main. Is all I'm saying.
whatever.
Okay. Anyway, we have some
You're
Twitch
hurting
things.
all of us by what was that?
The doggos.
Oh my god, because I was talking, it sounded like a man screaming in the background.
Yeah, we got some Twitch things to talk about in the last couple of weeks. Should we start with the ad thing? Because I have the tweet pulled up right now. They're experimenting with a new format of ads. So if you remember a few months ago, they experimented with these mid-roll ads, which people fucking hated, where they would just randomly roll a mid-roll in the middle of the stream. That was obviously an experiment. They took it away. That's not a current thing anymore. If you get mid-rolls in a stream, it's because a streamer has pressed a button to do that. So they're now introducing these, they're calling them stream display ads, but they're basically like banner ads, if you ever see those on YouTube. They pop up at the bottom, they don't disrupt the stream, and Twitch is basically rolling these out. So there's a bit of information that comes with them, because initially a lot of people were very excited about this, and don't think a lot of people read through the full thing, right? So they're 10-second display ads that show on channels. Viewers are still able to see and hear creators while the ads are displayed, and the creators don't have to do anything different to use them. You can opt out of these, which, I mean, I don't know if I've done that yet, but I don't know if it's rolled out to everyone or not. So I'm not really sure what the detail is there, but basically they are experimenting with these. And obviously I think most people agree one of these ads is better than getting a mid-roll, right? Because you can still see and hear the stream. It's less disruptive. However, it's not quite equal to this, like, normal ads on Twitch. So for example, playing one of these stream display ads does not buy you any ad-free time. So at the moment, if I run 3 minutes of mid-rolls in the middle of my stream, then pre-rolls get turned off for, I think, 60 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that. And, you know, any new viewers that join won't see a pre-roll. These ads currently don't do that. So it's basically...
I'm sure that's by design, though.
Well,
because if you had it do that, then there would be no reason to incentivize the streamer from self-activating ads, which is the whole point. Because you figure bare minimum, if you self-activate an ad, you have to at least run an ad of a set length or more if you wish to get the benefit, right, of having no pre-rolls for X amount of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is actually a good thing, because if you think about it this way, people aren't already availing themselves of using ads, which is a problem for Twitch. But also it means that there's not ever a possibility, unless you're streaming to 500 to 1,000 to 10,000 plus people, that you would ever want to really run or remember to run an ad to begin with, because you won't make any revenue off of it. But if these happen periodically through stream, as long as it's not spammy, there's a chance that you might actually earn a tiny, I mean, we're talking pennies, but like a tiny slice of ad revenue. And yeah, it doesn't stop pre-roll ads, but they're not taking away the option for you to do that. They're just leaving the burden on the streamer to say, hey, okay, well, this is an option for me. If I want to, I can. But I think just people aren't. I mean, because that feature to disable pre-roll has been there for so long. And I don't think that alone has incentivized anyone to run them. I mean, I know you do because it's part of your ritual when you start the stream. But I think for most people,
so
I just don't think they think of it that way.
I stopped doing it because I didn't feel like it was really beneficial. I haven't done it for a while now, running ads at the start of stream, because I just thought, let's just try it without for a month and see if there's any noticeable difference. And there really wasn't. So I stopped doing it. The way these will work, you get, I think they said 3 per hour, 10 seconds each, with a maximum of 8 per hour, which 8 per hour is quite a lot, but it's only 10 seconds. It's maybe not even super noticeable if you're maybe watching on another monitor, or you know,
it's a minute 20 seconds
in the background.
I mean,
yeah. The thing for me is that right now, effectively, it comes down to you can have pre-rolls plus these ads, or just pre-rolls and don't have these ads. So, you know, yeah, you can turn these ads on and you might get, like you say, a little bit of revenue from them. But your pre-rolls still act the exact same either way. So I'm going to personally have them turned off for now, if I get the choice, if that's an option. But, you know, that's going to be down to each individual streamer. I would hope that maybe, because this is a test, at some point they would maybe say, well, you know, maybe these do buy you some ad-free time if you've got them running. But, you know, it's something we'll have to see.
To respond to a reaction in chat, I would also say that these are like a lower third. So they're like those YouTube banners that pop up at the bottom. This would be visually like, it would be a visual thing, not an audible thing. So this wouldn't, currently, if you run ads, you choose to run ads, the type that would disable pre-rolls, it minimizes you on the page. You still play, but you're picture in picture with the advertisement, and then the advertisement audio predominates your stream. So you hear and see the ad. These lower thirds are simply just a graphic that shows up for 10 seconds, might be animated, might not be, and then it goes away. So these, I think, are actually something that we had talked about on the podcast like a little more than a year ago, about something that we would actually like to see, because it's there. I mean, a free platform doesn't run like for free. It runs on advertising. That's how these things work. I mean, the money has to come from somewhere to sustain both the business as well as the servers that operate it. But in this regard, it's the least intrusive means of advertising possible because you still get to hear your streamer that you're listening to. Anything that they're playing, you still get to hear. So if you're watching a competitive game, you still hear the call outs. If they're playing a game that's really interactive and maybe there's really cool music, you still get to hear that. I think this is a win-win. If I have the option, I'll turn them on because I don't see a reason not to. I mean, like if it's somewhere between 4 and 8 10-second ads over the course of an hour, at worst a minute 20 seconds spread out, really doesn't put me out considering I'm streaming for like 7.5 hours. If it ends up being like 9 minutes over the course of 7.5 hours in micro chunks, whatever, it's fine.
It's important to know
ads is where I get the majority of my income because like last 28 days I made 29 cents.
Damn.
So
it's worth noticing as well because I saw some people asking on Twitter. The ads won't save to your VOD or anything like that. So even though part of your screen, I mean, I've shared the tweet in the chat here so you can kind of see what it looks like. So it effectively just throws your stream up to, it kind of shrinks it and displays the ad down the bottom. If you then go to your VOD, you're not going to see the ad. Your VOD will be fine as it is. So, because I saw some people asking that question, it's worth mentioning. I definitely think it's a better way. It's a better system for ads. Obviously, Twitch is still just testing it, and they like to test all these different things. So who knows if it'll ever actually fully come to fruition? But I think it's a good idea. Ultimately, if it turns out, because I'm sure the reason Twitch is testing this now is to see how financially viable that is for the platform and for creators, and to see if because Twitch will have the full stats on how many people click away when an ad pops up on a stream.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess they'll be looking at the numbers to see if less people leave and working out if it's in their best interest to keep it going. But yeah, I think it's good.
And sorry, I just checked. I actually made $1.16.
Oh shit! Big money.
Big spender.
Okay.
How are you going to reinvest that?
Damn.
I think
Probably
the
Pokemon
biggest
cards.
I think the biggest
Pokemon
hurdle that
card.
Twitch is going to have going forward is the fact that this type of thing wasn't there from the get-go. So any new addition that, because like look at it from the Twitch's point of view to the streamer's point of view. Currently, streamers can broadcast for 24. They can broadcast live 24 hours a day without interruption. We've already seen people who do that to just break records. They can do that minus the pre-roll and minus anyone that like if someone is just in the stream, you can watch uninterrupted live content free on a platform for an infinite amount of time. So you figure that's what we're going from. Every Twitch streamer currently is only voluntarily running ads by choice, minus the pre-rolls that happen when any non-subscriber comes in, because that's also the point. You're like, subscriptions are meant to incentivize people going to a particular channel so that they don't have to watch those ads when they arrive. But like, we're going from a thing where it primarily and only caters to the streamer and the viewer, and then we're going to a system where a compromise has to be made. Like, that's going to be a hard fucking sell. Like, there's nothing that Twitch could introduce that would satisfy their needs for advertising and still make streamers happy, because something has to give. You either go from having completely free access with no limitations to you have free access with some minor limitations.
Yeah. And
that's going to be a hard sell, because if it's left up to to us, we would say, fuck no, we don't want that. It's already good as is. Like, I think it would have been different if like the platform started and that was like advertisements were more dominant, and then they walked it back and streamlined it. Whereas now it's like they almost are coming late to the party, trying to inject ads into a platform that has gotten comfortable with not having them.
Yeah. Real quick as well, another one I wanted to hit. Regional sub pricing is still rolling out across places. It is now taking effect in some places in Europe. I'm looking for a specific list. It doesn't say, it just says
all of
Europe.
Britain and Ireland, right?
Well, it says Europe on on the official Twitch supports. I don't know if other countries in Europe are also seeing the benefit, but I know in the UK, a sub has now gone from £4.99 to £3.99. So, you know, it's a pound difference, but, you know, when you add up, if you're subbed to more than one channel, it can definitely make a difference to you. Also in that, and I wondered if you guys have this as well. You remember when this whole thing first came out, we talked about Twitch was going to be running this program where if you were significantly affected by the lower sub prices, they would pay the difference in revenue. So part of that was that they were adding a part to your analytics to show you your baseline. And that was what Twitch viewed as your average hours per month streamed and then your average revenue. So effectively, the way that would work is as long as you're fulfilling that average hour mark for the month, if your revenue was down, they would kind of pay the difference. So this has now popped up on my dashboard, and it actually now tells me what Twitch views as my average baseline. So it's, I'm not fully sure how it works because I can look way into the future. I can look up to March, April, May, June, July 2022. I can look all the way up to.
Oh, wow.
But it's basically saying my average hours for the month is 94 hours. But then the actual monthly revenue is different each month, and it's, I don't know how it works. I'm not going to say numbers, but I don't know how it quite calculates what that baseline revenue is, if it's looking at the same month of the previous year maybe, or what, because some of them are like identical for like 6 months in a row, and then it like doubles and then it halves, and it's very weird. But it is there now. So if you're you know, placed, if you're based, or your audience is based, sorry, in a region where sub prices have got cheaper, you know, Twitch might be paying a bit of the difference now. So you can kind of see where the average hours and everything are. So that's on your dashboard. If you go to Insights and Channel Analytics, the baseline is there, which is quite interesting. Bensky's saying UK's $4.49. It's showing for me $3.99.
And
if you're on
according to Twitch
mobile,
support, it's $3.99.
If you're on mobile, it might be more expensive because
your provider takes a cut.
Yeah, you go
like
through
Apple
Android
or Google.
Apple, yeah, exactly. But on PC, it's $3.99 for a sub in the UK now, which is, you know, it's a pound. To say the amount of streamers I'm subscribed to, that saves me a little bit of money every month, which is quite nice. So that's good. And I mean, that adds up. If you're gifting, you know, 5 subs, you're saving like over a whole sub there now. So it's good to see that rolling out. Did we want to talk about some of the not so fun stuff that's been happening on the platform for the last couple of weeks? Eve, do you want to kind of explain it?
Yeah. So there's this Twitter tag
using real life
hashtag.
examples if you can.
So I can relate this to our previous conversation of ad revenue, because this will circle back. Okay. Just keep that in mind. So there was this Twitter tag going around of hashtag Twitch Do Better, which is basically a bunch of marginalized groups being like, hey, we're getting a fuckload of hate raids. Like, people will come in, follow bot, have hundreds of bots just spam racism, sexism, bunch of homophobic, transphobic stuff. And I saw it that day, and then when I went live 2 hours later, I got my first one ever. So it was very jarring.
And notice how she said her first one.
Yeah. Yeah. So these fuckheads came through because of that. They actually used the hashtag, which is lovely. But it really rattled me at first, like in the moment, just be like, oh, ha ha ha, go fuck yourself, all that kind of stuff. Kind of rattled me afterwards, and then 3 days later, just yesterday, I got another one. But that one, I learned something very important. If you're prepared for it, you know, like, framework of what to do in response to it, it makes it a lot less bad. And also, after first of all, my mods took care of it so quickly. Like, I was like, oh god, the first time I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do? Okay, I'll change it to emo only mode so they can't spam anymore. They had already changed it, which was awesome. And then they just started banning everybody. So after discussing with some people, they said, "Oh, hey, you should set up a thing on your Stream Deck to make it so it turns it into emote only mode. It clears chat so you can get rid of all the shit that's in there, and it runs an ad."
Oh yeah.
Because if they're
Panic
going to
button
be
on
in
your
there,
Stream Deck.
yep, if
Yeah.
they're going to be in there view botting you, you might as well make some money out of it. And looking at my analytics, I made 42 cents off of that.
Suck it, bigots.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been getting very, very excessive. I've been seeing it pop up more and more, just people no-lifing it. And every single fucking time it happens, I say, "Hey, I have a YouTube channel. You can go there. It could use some views," and they don't do it.
They never listen.
But you do have something to
Pussies.
show them, though, that you worked on.
I do. Yeah, I made I made this really meme-heavy. It looks more like some kind of indoctrination video, like I'm trying to turn people trans.
A lot of flashing lights.
Yeah, a lot of flashing
Subliminal
lights.
messaging.
Garfield.
Mouthed words.
Yep. So
Like
I was able to play that the first
Some
time.
1980s German techno in the background.
Oh, it's on Twitter if you.
Telling them to go outside, touch grass,
Yep.
resolve issues with their dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Go get therapy. Fix your issues outside of here. Yeah. So, it
The video is
sucks. It
amazing.
sucks ass, but I think it all comes down to just there's a few different ways you can approach it. You can either just flat out ignore it. I've seen some people just like, oh, don't even respond to it, delete it, and then don't even reference it. Some people like me deflect everything. So just make it into a big joke, try and make some kind of content out of it. So I think as long as you're doing that, they'll probably go away. If
Well,
not,
and
they'll keep giving me ad revenue. So do
you
it
said
again.
something in.
I'll increase the time.
I can't remember if you said it on your stream or if you said it in the podcast chat, but it's like it's a sad realization, but I guess there's some consolation in that. In your words, you said, well, by the second time it happens, you know what to do, and you're not really fazed by it.
Yep.
And that's like, it's depressing to think of it as
Yeah.
by the second time you've been, hit with a hate raid, saying awful, bigoted, terrible things by people who
it's like,
want
my skin is now thicker and scarred up because of the first time, but it's the only reason I can do this now.
It's a shitty way to self-actualize, but I mean, I think Eve was poignant in saying that because it's like once it is probably so. I know it's traumatic for people. The first time it happens, you might panic and like it's going to cause all sorts of anxiety. You might end stream. You might want to end stream, but like if you can just get through it, you and then think about how you can just turn that on its head. I think Eve's done a wonderful job, outlining things that you can do, turning emotes on, emote only, clearing chat, running an ad.
So much.
My bad.
And that kind of stuff gives you back the power, because honestly, that's what these hate raids are meant to do. They're meant to make you feel powerless, that they've now taken control of your stream and that you're just like, subject to the whims of whatever the fuck is going on. But I think to anyone who does hear this podcast, like take a page from Eve's book, because I think she's come up with some really good solutions, and it probably won't be it will be as shitty next time. You just won't care as much.
Yeah.
And you'll just be like, fuck these people.
And there's two very important things. So first of all, if you're a streamer, there's a setting you can turn on. Grog, did you recommend it to me? Somebody?
Oh, well, I don't know what you're about to say.
Something good. It was me.
The email verification.
Yeah. That was
Yes,
definitely
email
me.
verification. And the other thing is also with Stream Deck or something like it, you can leave a timestamp. So like if you use the Twitch dashboard, you can also use a timestamp to like leave a marker in your highlight of the VOD so that you can know when it happened, and then you could use something like command or root to go back and delete stuff.
Little by little they're going down. I got hit with like 250 follow bots something over the last 2 hate raids. And it's gone down by 30 since yesterday. So it's slowly going down. They've been good about, I don't know how they delete the accounts but don't remove the follower count. I don't understand that part, but when it would happen, the accounts would be deleted within like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Twitch has been good. I mean, we've seen this huge rise in these bots that are going around trying to grab IP addresses that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. They're still happening constantly, but I've seen Twitch be very quick to just remove those ones. They're getting better at it. I mean, I also got follow botted yesterday or Saturday. No, yeah, it was yesterday. Friday. And Twitch hasn't removed those ones yet, but yeah, they have been getting a bit better. And as for the whole hate raid thing, like unfortunately, it seems to be very prevalent right now. I'm seeing it all over Twitter. A lot of people are being hit with these, and it's shitty because, you know, it's just big groups of people or sometimes just people running these bots. I know Twitch is aware of it. They've been responding to tweets. What they're doing about it, I don't really know because it's kind of tough. You know, it's I think a lot of the issue stems from like ban evasion as well, because these people are being banned and they're making new accounts and coming back. And I seem to remember a while ago Twitch said, you know, once you ban an account, if they make duplicate accounts, then they're sort of IP banned and they won't be able to see chat or type in chat. But I don't think that's actually a thing. I'm sure.
I don't think so either.
I'm sure I remember Twitch saying that, but it seems to just not work if it is in there.
And there are two other things. The other thing is, and I noticed it at the beginning of the first one. So somebody in chat said, "How can you tell if it's a bot?" So when I was streaming, I noticed all these followers start popping up. All the names were like pretty similar, just with number variations. That's a real good indication straight away. But also,
so the follow bot hits first.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. So and part of their thing is they're just gonna fill up your alerts. So turn off your alerts, and bam, there's 90% of the problem gone.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the thing you got to remember is that if you mute it in one scene, when you switch scenes, mute it in that one. Because I went to end like a couple hours later after, and it just started getting the follow. I was like, oh no, it's happening. Oh. But the other thing, the other thing, very important, is that somebody came into chat with this stupid trash name that was obviously going to be a troll. I saw the follow come through. They said something in chat, and I was like, they did the trihex emote, which, you know, if that's the only thing somebody is posting, they're probably going to start something. Yeah. So that came through, and I was like, oh great, this guy's going to be a troll. That must have been the person that did the follow botting. Sometimes they'll come in and give like hints to, oh, haha, I'm the person that did it. Don't click them. Because if you click their name and go to their channel, a lot of these things have extensions installed that will display your IP address on screen.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but I'm going to post in chat. There's a really cool commander root thing that will block Twitch extensions from grabbing your IP address. And I don't know what it will break, but, you know, probably better than...
See, Grog and I discussed that a couple of weeks ago, because there's a lot of these coming through now. There's different trends. I had a bunch that were called "Please Click Me," that when you click them, it displays your IP. I saw a bunch that had the word like Manolia or something in the name.
Yep, Manolia and Lunar.
Yeah, I love dogs, and like, or various different breeds of dogs were tons. Unfortunately, there's tons. What I would say right now, particularly if you can use the extension. If you're unsure of it, just don't click on a profile of someone that follows you. Because a lot of these ones, they'll follow you, but it doesn't, your follower count won't go up because they just unfollow immediately again, right? They're just trying to get people to click on the link. Just don't click. Just don't do it. That's the best advice I can give you. Unless you know it's a person, you know, and a lot of times you can click on someone's name and you can kind of vaguely see, oh, do they have a profile picture? You know, when did they make their account? Blah, blah, blah. You can see all that stuff ahead of time as well if you're worried about it. But
yeah,
it's brutal. I do like your panic button situation that you've got set up though, because emote only is a great way to just get rid of a lot of it.
Yep.
And the fact that it runs an ad and does everything just with one click is a good way of doing it. Also, you mentioned about your mods were kind of prepped and ready to go.
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah, if you,
Jesus
I would say
Christ, it was
that's
within seconds they were already banning people. It's like, oh my god.
that's fantastic.
Good.
And that's just another worthwhile thing, you know, if you're concerned about this, then speak to your mods, let them know, hey, if this happens, here's what we should do, and just make
Yep.
sure they're on the same
Yep.
book, because, you know, that's going to be the best thing. At the end of the day, if you don't give these people attention, then they're not going to want to hang around. That's what
Yep.
they want. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they want to
it's
get a rise
shit.
out of you.
yeah, it's shitty that it's happening. We just have to hope that Twitch finds some way to just get this shit off the platform, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's not on. Did we have other Twitch stuff that we want to cover? Oh, the whole well, there was the gambling thing. If anyone knows specifics about that, I think they're going to basically be making it so that it's going to be against the TOS to advertise gambling, right? I don't know the intricacies of it, but I know the discussion we had a few weeks ago. You know, we're talking about certain streamers that have a code, and they say go to this website and use my code, and you get X amount of credit free or whatever on this gambling website.
Yeah,
It looks like Twitch
effective
is cracking
2
down.
days from now. So August 17th, Twitch will no longer allow the sharing of links or referral codes to sites that offer slots, roulette, or dice games.
Which, I mean, you know, again, I know we had slightly differing opinions on this last time, but I think it's interesting that Twitch is actually taking a stand on it and cracking down, and they're doing it in a way where you can still stream yourself gambling, you just can no longer promote it.
You can't
directly.
promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I know, so I I have been watching quite a lot of Trainwrecks recently, just in the mornings, because he's just on when I wake up, and it, like, I watched this man for a few hours the other day just lose 100k down the toilet in like 2 hours, and I also saw him win big a lot of times, but I know from interviews I've seen with him or podcasts he's been on that he's being paid in the millions each month.
Oh yeah.
By this company. And I wonder if, because the interesting thing, that the argument that he kept making throughout this whole thing was, I do this anyway, I gamble anyway, so I might as well be live while I'm doing it. I wonder if he's still going to be gambling on stream if he's not allowed to promote the code anymore.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're presumably not going to keep
see if
paying
he's
him.
gambling anyway.
Well,
I do
yeah,
it just because I do it just because I already like it. It's just
well,
what I already
because
do.
there's for the longest time been
For the longest.
both in North America as well as I think the EU, there have been conditions where you have to disclose whether or not content is promoted content or paid content, whether it's an advertisement or not.
Oh
an
yeah. I
advertisement.
thought Instagram did that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
on
Instagram did that. I mean, because it wasn't even. I don't have enough of the information, but from my understanding, it was from a legal standpoint at the more of a governmental level than it was a platform to platform basis. So basically, if you see something on Facebook or you see something like on Instagram or like whatever, pretty much there's always like hashtag ad or advertisement paid by blah blah. Like you have to disclose that it is an advert in some way. And I wonder if he's going to be gambling anyway if he can't promote it directly, like obviously on stream. If they would, if he's still using their platform, like would he have to disclose if he's getting paid outside of, like, if he sits there for 2 hours and he's not saying, here's my referral code, go play game and play and shop at blank, like instead he's just playing the game but using their service, could he still get paid off stream, or would he have to disclose that? Like I wonder.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because he's mentioned before that he gets paid by this particular site. I'm just talking about Trainwrecks because he's a streamer. I've followed him for a long time, and I've only recently started actually watching a lot of his stuff. And I know that when he streams other stuff that's not gambling, it's a massive change in viewer numbers for him. Like that's his main thing right now. And I mean his chat watching it are so into it. Like it's a bit scary, like really seeing how into it these people are with with watching him gamble, and like, I mean, for me as well, like it's mad watching him sit there and you see his balance, and every time he spins the thing it goes down like $500, and he's just click 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 click, and it's just going down and down and down, then it'll jump up and then down down down. It's it's insane to watch. But he's mentioned in the past that, well, you know, even when I'm not, I think he said specifically, even when he doesn't have a code, this company has paid him to gamble on their site because they don't want him using other websites. So I have a feeling that they might still be paying him to do it, even though he doesn't have a code anymore. Which is,
well, I mean, he still has a
technically
code.
fine.
He just can't promote it on Twitch specifically.
Yeah, I suppose it's interesting. It's
Go to
very
my
interesting.
OnlyFans to find my referral code for.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, but yeah, I mean, I was obviously quite against it last time when we talked about it, this whole thing, and I don't think I would ever, assuming I was in somewhere where it was legal and a company was offering me money to gamble, I don't think I would ever take that. But I will admit, it was kind of fascinating watching it. With the amounts of money that he was putting into it, it was just, I couldn't look away kind of thing, you know? Like, it was so weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Question that came up in chat was, can someone promote their own personal website and then have promo codes there? Yes, you could. It is a workaround because the rule that's being broken is about the handoff and the way it's handed off. So if you're handing off the transaction of referring someone to something that you aren't permitted to do on Twitch, like if you can't share promo codes, you can't share promo codes, otherwise you're breaking TOS for Twitch. But if you're promoting, please visit, bigstreamer.com, I've got my schedule information there and, links to my socials and all that stuff. You could be like, that kind of endorsement is under terms of service.
Yeah.
You couldn't say like, go, if you want a discount code, go to this website. You couldn't say that. You just have to be like, you can go to my website. Trust me.
Go to sirhumps.com. I mean, the thing is, like, you would have, it would have to, it's .co.uk. But like, yeah, you could have a personalized website and it, maybe has a banner ad and has like, a banner ad for who you're endorsed by and has links to stuff. And, if you have multiple sponsorships, I mean, yeah, people can do that. They can say, check me out at such-and-such.com. Find more information here about the channel, but they wouldn't be able to put that information in the Twitch panels that are embedded below their stream on their Twitch page. And they wouldn't be able to do it within the confines of this ecosystem, but they could plant it somewhere else and refer people there, because telling people to go check out your personal website isn't against TOS.
Yeah. Interesting. I also wanted to briefly cover the Xqc Dmca news, because that's kind of our wheelhouse at this point at DMCA. So for anyone that missed it, a couple weeks ago, Xqc received a live DMCA when he was watching the Olympics on his channel. He was banned because Twitch's policy, if they get DMCA, it's an instant ban. But and this is all very legal, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm a lawyer and I understand this shit, so keep that in mind.
I'm a lawyer.
He, as far as we know, has decided to appeal the DMCA, which basically now leaves the ball in the court of the Olympics. They can choose to drop it, or they can choose to pursue like legal action in court over whether or not this was fair use. This could go one of two. Well, I mean, if they drop it, fine. If it goes to court, then you're in. Did one of you guys try to log in there?
Yeah, can I have that code, please?
I'm not going to give it to you live on stream.
No, give it use your phone, message it to me. I'm trying to ban Humps because he said I couldn't.
Okay, well, look, that can wait.
Oh my
God damn it!
I got
hate
so
this
scared.
place.
I got a two-factor alert. I was like, what the fuck is going on? We're being hacked right now. I'll do it.
So to add on to that, basically, he was culpable for watching the Olympics live on stream. That wasn't being disputed. But because he counterclaimed it, which so few people do, because again, the recourse for a counterclaim is you basically file the counterclaim through Twitch. Twitch was the middleman in this respect, notifying him you're banned because of this infraction. He counterclaimed it. Basically, it puts the ball in the court for NBC and the IOC for following through on action, right? Because Twitch's only obligation is to notify the user that there is an infraction and implement whatever penalty that they have on the platform. But if the streamer tries to reverse it, they can, but then you open yourself up to legal issues. He counterclaimed in saying that he believes that he has a case for why it was legitimate, and he published a video on August 1st basically calling the bluff of the IOC and just saying, I've talked to my lawyer, I have legal representation, I've counterclaimed it, and if they wish to go to court, we feel like we'll win in court. And he didn't reveal what his evidence was. I'm sure, obviously, under the guise of his legal advisor, because you don't want to give away your hand if you can win the case, why you should win the case. I
mean, if you have a royal flush, you might as well show your hand, you know. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's looking for the river.
But yeah, apparently the filing was directly with the IOC, so the International Olympic Committee, and not NBC, who was simply the provider who he was restreaming content from. We don't know what's come of that, but it ties into something that Conde was getting at, that he was banned yesterday again for his 5th ban, and he was only banned for 4 hours, but we don't exactly know why.
Yeah, it's the thing that. So I followed a bunch of people that have been kind of going through this whole thing recently, and I think the argument that a lot of people are saying is that Xqc's trying to say, well, it's fair use, it's transformative content because I was commentating on it or whatever, right? So then I watched H3, who has previously been sued over this and won a case for fair use. So, and he's currently being sued as well for another fair use case. But they are kind of quite experienced with this. They've been through a whole lawsuit, and they've kind of said, well, there's a precedent there that we've already won a fair use lawsuit. So that's kind of, they'll be referring to the old case for this new case. The problem is, if Xqc counterclaims this and loses it, it then sets a very bad precedent for fair use cases. And for other people that want to counterclaim DMCAs, you know, there's now that loss on the record for it.
He better find a resemblance between his case and the previous H3 case.
Well, so H3 went and watched a bunch of clips of Xqc watching the Olympics, and a lot of it is just very react-andy. He's just sitting there watching it and not saying a whole lot, which does make it difficult.
The reason that H3 won it is because it was transformative, and that's the argument that they made.
Exactly.
So if you're just reacting, that's not precisely
Xqc's argument is pretty low effort.
Oh, for sure.
So he has his legal representation for Xqc didn't publish something on Twitter, and they wrote, we see countless DMCAs come in for our clients, and we normally advise not to counter due to the extreme risks. We discussed all the options with Felix, and he is confident, as are we, that the content in question was fair use. As such, he made the call to take a stand. When you counter a DMCA, the rights holder's only option is to sue you. As such, Felix is taking an incredible risk to stand up here. That said, do not counter your own DMCAs without speaking to an attorney. Even if you believe you are right, it can be very costly to win. We are not suing anyone here, and we expect the IOC to make the right decision and let this die. If that is the case, this is a done deal, and there's nothing more to the story. However, we are ready to defend Felix no matter how they choose to proceed. So, yeah. I mean, but that was all just about the Olympics thing. As far as I can tell, you know, I know all of us we keep our ears to the rails in terms of you know, the rumblings on Twitter and social media and the like. I don't know why he was only banned for 4 hours.
Maybe it was just a similar thing. Maybe it was just like another claim from a different video or something like that.
Well, that's what I wonder if
it was so quick. It was just because it was already related to the same.
Well, if he counterclaimed it, because if he counterclaims, the ban just disappears.
Yeah.
But then every time he counterclaims, he's opening himself up to legal proceedings. So I mean, he could be playing with fire. It's really interesting. I guess the bigger concern for the Twitch community as a whole is, whatever this guy wants to do with his own personal business and his life and his financials is his thing. Fine. If he wants to jeopardize his channel as a result, like whatever.
Precedents are precedents.
But yeah, that's what concerns me is that like you have something go down on record in front of a judge, and that case becomes the groundwork for future cases, either for or against whatever cause.
Especially on a topic like DMCA and shit. Like,
yeah.
It's not like it's gonna make it any better. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, and the thing is, it's like because his claim is obviously weak as shit. Like it is. Like he's 100% banking on the bluff, banking that they're just be like, we don't want to put the time and effort to go to this guy. They could. I don't care how big Xqc is. Yeah. They'd still demolish him. You know what I mean? Like they got more lords in it. I know he's loaded, but they're more loaded. You know what I mean? So it's like,
because again, this isn't. I mean, the IOC is not just small. Yeah, exactly as Humps is saying. IOC is not small potatoes. It's the International Olympic Committee. This is like who nations bloodlet and fight each other to be the next Olympic host every 4 years. Like there are trillions wrapped up in the IOC.
They got some savings in their account. You know what I mean? Like
they got some big scary lawyers.
Yeah, if they wanted, that's the thing. It's all about I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if it's big enough for them to give a shit about. Hopefully it's not, because if they're like, all right, let's just fucking crush this dude. And if they want to do that, they're going to. And it sucks because it is going to set a stupid precedent, because he's going to lose because it wasn't transformative. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? He was just watching it. Let's be real. And he knows that. He might pull some random clips of him just being like, oh, see, look, I was talking this part. And they're like, yeah, what about the previous 50 minutes? You know what I mean? It's like, it would suck if it went there.
Yeah,
I think it is a bluff.
Shitty thing.
It's something we have to keep our eyes on, because it can affect everyone. It's shitty. Again, to kind of mirror what Xqc's lawyer said, don't counterclaim a DMCA. Like, it's just, it's really, I just don't see any scenario where it's worth taking that risk. Unfortunately.
You should counterclaim your. How long? What's the time you can counterclaim? Can you counterclaim your Twitter account right now?
I don't know.
Your original?
I don't know. I did email the.
You did. I'll say it 1,000,000 goddamn times. That was transformative.
It was.
They didn't have a case there.
I don't have money for lawyers though. I don't think I can.
But all you have to do is
legal
representative. All you have to do is just link that other tweet. Just link that other tweet that you did the same exact thing.
Yeah, because that's worked in court before. How come I got punished for this, but this guy didn't, and he didn't get punished? Yeah, the judge
if
would be
Xqc
like,
gets banned, then is your mega sheesh ban evasion?
Ooh, this might start to actually impact me. Interesting. I wonder, because even if he's only banned for a few hours, technically, it's potentially ban evasion.
Technically, yeah.
Interesting.
All my alerts are now going to be Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to test this.
And here's a slightly different point of consideration is this is his 5th ban. Like, technically, I mean, as we already know, rules don't apply if you're bringing in enough revenue to the platform. But, like, technically, he would be disbarred from his channel, and he would have to pack it in. Because once you've reached more than 3 bans, that's game over. And he's been banned. That's August 1st was when the statement was made, but I think the ban actually happened at the end of last month. But that's 2 bans in 2 months, and it's his 5th ban overall. Like, I mean, arguably, if it were anyone else, you'd be terminated, and you wouldn't have a platform.
Like the IOC wouldn't bring that up either. Like, this dude's already been banned hella times.
Yeah.
So
it's just there's emphasizes the hypocrisy there of, like, if you make enough money for the platform, certain rules are open to interpretation.
Yeah,
that's right.
But I guess we also don't know whether or not, I watched a video from Harris Heller recently that I shared in our podcast chat. We can't go over it today, but one of the things he talks about is that when you become a Twitch partner, you re-sign a new terms of service. And that new terms of service has new parameters and details in it. Perhaps, and he said that there are also, you can sign new terms of service as you grow as a partner.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he is not subject to
he's probably at definitely a level to where he's like, he's no longer just signing a contract. Twitch is like, here's your contract. He's like, no, you can negotiate. This is kind of what I'm looking for. Like that's the level he's on.
100%.
It's now based on like an Excel sheet where it's like, if you make X number for us, you can have these number of bands forgiven.
You are currently a tier 2
Probably.
partner streamer.
Right.
Probably.
You can
show X number of titties on stream.
Yeah. Tier 1 lets your dog lick your asshole.
And we've gone full circle, more or less. Yeah, it's interesting. I definitely want to keep an eye on it. I've heard from some sources that this guy that's representing Xqc is maybe not the most reliable source as well. So, which, I mean, wouldn't necessarily surprise me if Xqc's, because he strikes
I don't know.
me
I
as a
met him on
very-
GTA RP.
He strikes me as a very low effort kind of like, you're a lawyer, you'll do. Let's just, I don't know. I really don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. It certainly could go horribly wrong for him and everyone else on the platform, but we'll see. Again, best advice: just don't get DMCA in the first place. That's the one thing we could say. I am still seeing large streamers listening to whatever they want and doing whatever they want. I'm sure I saw a big partnered streamer just reacting to like the top 100 songs in the charts right now on stream. And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It's so
I
insane.
honestly, like, no shit, like, about DMCA, I do not care about it anymore. By like that, I mean, like, I'm gonna do me, and I'm fine with not having DMCA shit on it. And I wish the best of luck to whoever wants to do whatever they want with it. You know what I mean? You want to stream and play whatever you want because you think OBS is gonna hide your shit. Go ahead, I don't care. You know what I mean? Live stake downs, I don't care anymore. You want to, you know what I mean? Whatever. It's not like it's gonna make DMCA like trying to create content around DMCA. Like that's not always gonna be an issue. It's not like it's already fucking difficult. It can't get much more difficult if you just use non-DMCA stuff. So you know what? Go ahead, fuck your shit up. I don't care.
And if more people get banned from it, then I mean, we have a better chance at encoding.
You're gonna need some more people to watch. So you know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, I think that's gonna about do it. We didn't have anything else we wanted to cover, did we?
No,
I think so. Well, to wrap us up, Grog, where can everyone find you, and what have you got coming up this week to tell everyone about?
Folks can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/grogmode. Stream 5 days a week. Monday through Thursday, it's just me, and then Saturdays, it's me and my wife.
My wife.
We're gonna be finishing It Takes Two this Saturday, I think.
baby.
It's like the game is really good, but it's really long. But it's so good, like that I have no regrets. Throughout the week, though, I'll be playing Mini Motorways, Apex Legends, and I have a poll actually for anyone who
I bet you do.
frequents the channel. I have a Google form that is running a poll right now to try and solicit input for what games I have in my library that people would like to see.
I got an input for your poll.
So if you would like to tell me where to
Like,
stick it,
wait a minute.
That sounds painful.
This is sexual. Uh-oh.
swing by my Discord and or Twitter. You can find me on platforms like Twitter and TikTok, etc. at gamer_grog.
No other platforms for your poll or anything like that.
Eve,
OnlyFans.
where can everyone find you, and what have you got coming up?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays.
And Saturdays.
I'm gonna be doing some Tribes of Midgard and some more of the Ascent. It looks like Wednesdays are gonna be Borderlands 3 with everybody. So you can swing by there and you can spawn enemies in and take control of them, and it makes the game really awful.
Sounds fun.
It's
If
fun,
you want to
it's fun.
come fuck my shit up, swing on by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whenever the 24th is that this? What day is that?
9 days
That's
from now.
9 days from now.
Oh,
A week
okay. Never
on
mind.
Tuesday.
It'd be important for next podcast.
There's like a
new
Destiny
game's coming
announcement.
out.
What's coming out on 24th?
Oh, Psychonauts 2.
Oh,
Yeah, been looking forward to it for
Nice.
like a decade. So,
I think
but
there's
yeah, you can find me Metabot Eve on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube Shorts. I think it's
No,
just called
go-
Metabot Eve Clips.
you changed the name.
I did. I got enough comments that thought that was a parody account, so I was like,
Oh,
all right.
Tell everyone what your Clips channel was called.
It was called Metabot Eve 2 The Squeakquel, which is pretty fucking great, but yeah, I've gotten less hate comments since I changed it. So,
Yeah, I remember when
But
you
yeah.
told me that was the name you were going with. And I was just like, hey, if you think that's great, then go for it.
it was great.
Nice. I'm glad to see you back on the YouTube Shorts again.
Yeah, it's up there daily.
Yeah.
And I'll make some TikToks. I've got some cool things that I'm working on. I'm gonna be involving some people in them, so yeah, some new things for stream. I guess I'll post them as TikToks too. And then I'm working on making some cool things for Lioran board. Yeah.
Gesundheit.
It's some high level programming stuff. You wouldn't get it, okay?
Oh,
I spent-
Yeah,
I
like I
spent-
can basically program a computer now.
I spent like 2 hours in a Discord call with Eve trying to get Lyra on board working, and I still managed to make mistakes and do it wrong the next day.
Well,
And
duh.
she messages me these huge paragraphs of things that she was like, oh, I was trying to do this, and then this didn't work, so I did this and this, and it might as well be a foreign language. I don't understand any of it. And I'm just like, cool, great, that sounds amazing, Eve. I'm proud of you. I don't have a clue what she's talking about. But if it
Cool
helps,
stuff.
it helps me sometimes to just write stuff down when I'm trying to figure stuff out. So if it's helping you in any way, great. Just know that it goes right over my head. Not a clue.
Oh, perfect. I think like most of our conversation.
Sir
Humps.
Humps.
Where?
Hi, I'm Sir Humps, and I'm back. Well, not like back. You can find me all over.
He's back. All right.
Sir Humps.
DMCA alert.
That's my own creation. I transformed myself. You can find me Sir Humps on all the socials. Twitter, you can add an underscore if you want to find it. And
Your decision where. Add that underscore anywhere you like.
And do it. Figure it out. It's at the end. Fine. As Twitch goes, I don't know when I'm gonna push the button. I haven't decided yet. I just got back from long vacation, so I don't know when. I've got things I want to do for other stuff. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, Condi. Where can people find you, Condi?
Yeah, you can find me everywhere. Just search for Condifly. I also have so I'm about to hit the magic number on YouTube. I'm at 419 subscribers. So like,
Dang.
Only
That's
one
it.
person subscribed right now.
we're about to hit the magic number, which is pretty
Wait a
cool.
second. Is my new shorts channel subscribed to you?
Oh, you could be 420. But yeah, I also have a second channel which I'm posting daily on there. It's actually been super nice. Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll get like 3 or 4 clips, and then I schedule them. So like I don't even have to do any work for the next like 6 days, and it will just keep posting daily, which is what I love about YouTube. And that's been good. There has been a bunch of things though. I have a new sponsor thing which I'll be announcing tomorrow. I'm doing a charity stream on Friday for Games for Love, which is going to be cool. We have giveaways and stuff, and there's going to be incentives and all kinds of things. So that's going to be a lot of fun on Friday. And yeah, other than that, I'll just be back to streaming. I'm dyeing my hair purple today. And doing
Copycat.
You can't tell, but mine's purple.
You can't.
I can actually see it now that you
Shit.
mentioned it. Yeah, I
There you
can
go.
see it. Not quite as purple as Humps. I'll be amazed if mine comes out looking that good, Humps, honestly. I think mine is going to be pretty weird in this, but I'm going to do
I
it
got
because
a gray highlight.
it was a forfeit on the 24-hour stream, so I have to dye my hair and do a TikTok challenge, shake my
So you're
ass.
saying
a
that
little bit
having
on
dyed
TikTok.
hair is bad?
No, but I'm
Wow,
saying that
Condi, fuck you. All of us
Thanks
have
for the
dyed
podcast,
hair.
everybody.
Yeah,
I've dyed my
I've never
hair.
dyed my hair.
I've dyed my hair once in
not
my
on
life
your head.
when I was like 17, 18, I had like bleach blonde tips, like frosted tips almost.
Yeah, I did that.
And I thought I
That was a big
looked
thing.
fucking sick at the time, but looking back, not so great. But
In middle school, I had a bowl cut.
yeah, dude, I had a bowl cut too. There's a picture of me and my brother, both with just the most terrible bowl cuts and like missing teeth and shit. Like, anyway, that's for another time. But yeah, more importantly, follow the podcast. Now we're back. We should be back to weekly episodes, hopefully, if all goes well. We do this live on Twitch, twitch.tv/ZeroStrategyPodcast. We also do this, all the episodes go up on Spotify, YouTube, all those different places. So please do check it out. And, you know, maybe if this is the first one you're ever catching and you think it might be somewhat helpful, there are some other episodes where we're quite informative and helpful with stuff. So check those out. We're going to raid someone, so please do stick around for that. Hopefully soon we'll have Cyber back and the whole family will be back together. But until then, you just have to put up with us.
I would just like to point out that I did get you to 420 subs, and then Wizard on subbed and got you to 419, and then I resubbed on another alt account and got you back to 420. So
thank you. This seems like the opportunity. I'll have to crack open that little bottle of champagne later. But thank you very much.
Bye.
We will see you next week. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.